What kind of apples grow on trees?
What kind of apples grow on trees, man?
Fucking all of them. Welcome to Get Lost. Get Lost on air. Get Lost on air. God.
There's a lot I could say about that joke, but I couldn't call it. I couldn't call it a lie.
No, yeah, it's the truth. I only spit facts here on Get Lost.
That was a lie.
That was a lie. That was a full lie. Couldn't have lied more if I tried. Oh my god, I couldn't have rhymed more if I tried either.
He's a poet and he might have known about it.
I knew about it after the fact, so I couldn't make a career out of it. You couldn't get to like 90 years old and then realise, fuck, I was a poet this whole time.
No one else realised.
Yeah.
all your sentences were just rhyming. They're just like, he's a bit weird. But he's actually
bars
a poet.
all my life.
Do you reckon that's what would have happened to like Kendrick Lamar? If like no one would have been like, yo, bro, you realise you're just spitting bars all the time.
You got rhythm. He's just an accountant his entire life, and then on his deathbed he spits a fat bar, and everyone's like, whoa, shit, you wasted your life.
Kendrick, this whole time, bro, this whole time.
Isn't, after all this time, always, isn't this like quite sad to think about? Like, don't you worry that you're going to get to your deathbed and go, fuck, I wasted my life there?
Yeah, that's one of my primary motivators, I can't lie.
Is it?
Yeah, I don't, because being on your deathbed and look back and be like, well, that was a bit shit. You know what I mean? Like, that's not what I want to be saying. Like,
that's very true. Yeah, I mean, it's fear. I don't want to.
Could have done a bit more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why they say that you regret the things you don't do, because how often do you actually regret things?
Yeah,
and this is something really awful. Like, you don't really regret much in life,
unless you're planning on murder. Or you're planning on stealing your mum's purse and selling it on eBay. Well,
it depends if your mum's a bitch. Mine's not, but...
to be fair. And you might need the money more than your mum, so I guess...
True. Have you ever stolen money?
It's my favourite justification for stealing that.
I need it more.
Just robbing a charity. Well, I just do need this more.
I need the new Xbox, so I'm going to steal.
They're hungry. I'm sad. Like, come on.
And yeah, you could pull the mental health card and say, yeah, I'm really just sad right now. I need the Xbox. So give me all these starving children's money.
You do that, like, you imagine like trying to do that. I used to do that when I was a kid all the time, just like try to guilt your parents into doing shit. So like, imagine trying to do that like game. You're like, just went into game and just went,
please.
Just dropping, just like standing next to the Xbox going.
Start screaming. When you're a kid, like, I was thinking this yesterday, that how I used to think everything that my parents said was just like completely out of order, like things that they didn't let me do.
Yeah.
Like, I was like,
you crazy bastards.
Yeah, I was like, God, you're so strict. Why won't you let me stand on the car? Or like sit on the bonnet. I want to sit there, and they're like, no, you'll scratch it. And I'm like, no, I don't know why you're being so like so awkward about it.
Oh, there's actually a debate, to be fair, because Kanye brought this up in one of his interviews. He goes, when you've got a child like climbing up onto a table, he feels like he's Superman, so when you tell him not to do it, you take his superpowers away from him.
Damn right, fucking learn your place.
The interviewer's kind of like, yeah, but like, he could hurt himself, you know, there's all these kind of problems. But from the child's point of view, that is the end of things. Like, you're on a mission.
Yeah, that's
so it's interesting that Kanye's taking his perspective.
That is a good point, but then like, just don't scratch the fucking car. Like, if you want to sit on my car when you've got jeans on with a fucking emo studded belt for some reason, because that was the fashion back then, then you're going to scratch the car, and I'm not going to let you sit on the bonnet.
Simple as chain that. Hanging out your pocket.
Yeah, your chained wallet hanging out your fat baggy jeans.
Oh my god.
Christ.
My people used to wear that shit.
God, we all thought we were so cool with like wrist, you know, like sweatbands on your wrists. Did you ever have them?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I used to wear those.
I used to wear them all the time.
I used to play tennis with those on. Like, I know it's a normal fucking thing, but
that's
like,
what they're for.
it's unnecessary when you're young. You know what I mean?
I think they're pretty unnecessary anyway, aren't they? How often do your wrists sweat like that?
They just make you hotter, if anything.
Yeah, they do. Or like one of them sweatbands on your head. That doesn't do anything other than just get you hotter.
Cool you down. Like,
No.
it's supposed to like collect the sweat. I don't know.
I don't know.
The idea of the sweat is that it cools you down. That's the point of sweat. That's why sweat exists.
Is it?
Yeah, because your body temperature is hot. You like secrete water, and that cools your body down.
Oh, right.
Is the idea of sweat. That's why.
And the idea of your eyebrows is to keep the sweat out your eyes, isn't it? So like, why do you need the fucking headband?
Yeah, bro. Your eyebrows are headband.
Damn right.
Mate, maybe it's just an operation to sell headbands.
Yeah. That's Andy
it.
Murray has been working with the Adidas fucking government. I don't know where I'm going with this. Help me out. Fucking just save me. Come on.
Okay,
jump in.
The Adidas board. We'll go with the board. we could, that's what you meant, right?
Yes. Just to try and sell us headbands.
Yeah. It's a big operation to steal our money from us. You know, not only are we playing tennis, but they're stealing our cash.
Fucking, it's outrageous, isn't it? This week has been so hot that
these companies.
I'm worrying about recording the podcast in the summer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's been so hot the last 2 days, and I'm dying in this room right now. I'm so hot, and I can't open the window because then it makes so much noise. So I'm starting to panic already, and it's only fucking March.
Well, you did it last summer.
I know. I don't know how I managed it.
Mate, you have to get we can't even get a fan on, can you? You just have to do it naked. I think that's the only logical, or sitting in like an ice bath.
Ah,
genius, man, genius.
That's actually not bad. Like, does Joe Rogan have like aircon in his studio? Because aircon makes some noise.
Yeah, but I don't think all of it does. You must do. It's Joe Rogan. You know what I mean?
They got that silent aircon on the go. They got that considerate shit in there.
Yeah, that wealthy people shit.
Yeah,
that's that rich person aircon that just doesn't talk while you're talking.
To be fair, he lives in like Texas now, doesn't he?
Yeah, he lives in Texas. People are moving away from Cali by the looks of it.
I've heard that
Texas,
really
Miami.
Place to live.
Yeah, especially at the moment. To be honest, what is going on?
Can you hear it?
Yeah, I can hear it. What's happening?
I'm restarting my little MacBook over here, and it's talking to me. I need to go and mute it. Ramp for like 2 seconds, or vamp or whatever.
You can edit this. He can edit this.
Hi.
You're gonna have to edit that.
Oh, you tosser! You didn't even try.
I'm not gonna fucking talk to myself. That's not entertaining. Right.
I'm just not gonna edit it. I'm just gonna let it go.
Oh, that's awkward now.
No, that's what you get. Everyone's gonna see that you didn't even try.
I mean, I was going to, and I was like, "This is man." Who am I just sitting there having a conversation with my fucking self? I suppose. Anyway, yeah, like loads of people moving out of Cali because of all the protests that happened there. And I think the tax rate might have something to do with it as well. To be honest, I know Logan Paul moved out. Yeah, the tax in Cali is particularly high, supposedly, or in LA in general.
I know that a lot of people complain about the traffic. Apparently, the LA traffic is ridiculous. I've never been.
I bet it's a lot better in Texas, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's open fucking... I just pictured Texas as a shitload of deserts. I don't know anything about it.
That's what I thought. That's exactly what I thought. But Elon Musk's gone there now. He's fucking... He's gone there and he's trying to get other people to come over. Joe Rogan's over there. I think Chappelle might be over there. Or he's just doing loads of shows there. Can't really tell.
Elon wouldn't go to the desert. It must be more than just desert there, surely.
Yeah, bro.
But apparently California is a shithole. Like Hollywood Boulevard that everyone fantasizes about is I heard it was Jackmate was talking about this actually, and he was saying that it's literally just like walking down Yarmouth seafront. It's that tacky.
Oh Jesus, that's rough. Yarmouth seafront is pretty ropey as well.
Yeah, you see some dodgy shit. Have I told you about what happened? I saw something. There was a story about donkeys on Yarmouth seafront. I can't remember if I told the story on the podcast.
No, you haven't.
Well, you know, on beaches, there's like donkey rides where like kids can get on the back of a donkey and like just fucking walk up and down.
Yeah.
So there was about 5 donkeys with like there was 2 kids on them and like a couple were just getting ready to get on. And me and a group of people were walking past and we just hear like that fucking weird noise that donkeys make that sounds like their batteries are dying. And we hear that, we turn around and see these donkeys fucking rear-ending and like fucking jumping all over the place. And this like greyhound in the middle of all these donkeys just like barking at them all, thinking it's a game. And there's a kid on there like he's on one of them bull ride things, and he's like, and he was screaming and crying, and then the dog owner ran over and was trying to get the dog away. It was chaos, but it was so fucking funny.
Mate, who would have thought that donkeys are like greyhounds, you know?
I don't.
No, actually, to be fair, they are weird fucking dogs. I can't lie.
I think the fact that it was
like,
just
if you're going to spook at a dog, if it was like a Shih Tzu, it would have kicked off.
No, that's true. If it was a Chihuahua, I'd have kicked off. I'd have fucking booted it across. How far do you think you could kick a Chihuahua, realistically?
Oh, miles, mate, miles.
Yeah.
I reckon at least 20 feet. At least 20 feet.
Yeah.
You've got a good swing on it.
I'm just thinking more in meters. Like I'm measuring against the 100-meter track right now. How far along do you think you could hit it? A full fucking pelt.
How would you line it up? Would you line it up like so you'd kick the head first?
Oh no, kicking it in the face is a bit harsh. You'd go under the stomach.
Kicking it at all is harsh.
Its legs would be like this, like so. You'd be kicking it right under the stomach, and it would go
just in the rib cage,
like that. Yeah. You pelt this fucking thing. How many meters do you reckon you can get that?
I think about 15 to 20. 15 to 20, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon 50 on a good day.
I think you could do more.
On a good day, with the wind behind me.
I think more. You could kick a football way further than that. So I reckon you could pelt a Chihuahua quite far.
I can't imagine they're that aerodynamic. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
possibly. Like if you were kicking it arse first, I think you get a lot of distance on it.
I think you could get more on the stomach.
Because you know, like how you tee up a rugby ball. So rugby ball, like, is kind of like the idea is kind of point. The top of it points a little bit forward, and so you're kicking it from like the base of the rugby ball, which is slightly slanted on the tee.
Yeah,
you see what I mean?
Yeah.
That would be the same, but for a Chihuahua. So the Chihuahua would be like that's his like lowest center of gravity, like the lowest heavy point at the time would be his arse. If
when it's sitting down or standing up?
No, when it's standing up. When it's standing up, it's like they're like back heavy. They're like they're front heavy, but that would be the best way to like catch the momentum through.
So when you kick a rugby ball,
you want to kick it from the back.
When you kick a rugby ball, is it when it's pointing towards you that it's got the most momentum?
No, the idea is that say you've got the tee, right? Yeah. You put it and like instead of putting it vertically up, you tilt it slightly forwards.
Oh, forwards.
Yeah.
So you could have the dog sat down, and that would be the perfect angle.
It like in an ideal world, it would be kind of crouched, like not so its arse is on the floor, because otherwise you can't connect with the arse.
So like ready to do a poo.
Yes. Like, now that is the perfect position to kick a Chihuahua. I reckon if he's about to take a shit, I could kick him 20 meters easily.
But there is the risk of getting poo in your shoe.
Worth it.
As well as blood, probably. On the subject of animals, then.
Yeah.
2 questions. 1, would you rather have sex with a cat, right?
Fucking hell.
But nobody ever in your life would ever know?
Oh, are we doing this? Are we doing this?
Yeah. Or never have sex with a cat, but everybody thinks you have.
Oh my god! Why are you going to throw that at me?
And it's like public knowledge.
Midway through a podcast we're trying to do together, you asking me to... Right.
Would you or would you not fuck a cat?
Just fucking open the pool of sharks and chuck me in. Go on then. Either there's no winning. There's no winning here.
No, this is a discussion.
Whatever I say is wrong. Whatever I say is wrong here.
This isn't an attack on you. This is a discussion.
When everyone genuinely believed I had sex. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's like public knowledge and everybody knows it. Even people you meet for the first time, they go, "Oh, didn't you fuck a cat?"
I'd fucking lose my job over that, wouldn't I? I'd lose my job. I'd lose all my friends. Nobody would want to be friends with me. Or you'd ruin all future possibilities. Your life's ruined, basically.
You'd never. Your
life is straight up ruined.
Yeah. Or you could just do it on the sly and have a cheeky fuck, and then nobody would know.
Yeah, I'm like, it would take me a few pints.
Yeah.
And it would have to be a tortoise shell. You know what I mean? We ain't going for that Siamese, like, skinless shit.
No, because
it's got to be premium pussy.
No. I like it. Premium pussy. Okay, second question then, regarding animals.
Well, hold up, you got to answer as well.
Oh, yeah, I'd fuck the cat. Definitely. Your life would be fully ruined if you didn't. So, second question regarding animals. If you had to fuck one animal.
Please. But the first question was enough. Was enough.
If you had
We've got to draw the line at some point. It's ridiculous.
This is the last one. If you had to fuck one, what would it be?
Oh, God. A snake, because they're kind of like a fleshlight anyway.
What, with fangs or without fangs?
No. I'm going to choose fangs, am I?
I don't know, you might be a horny boy. You might have a vampire fetish or something.
Well, I might self-harm on the regular. Yeah, I guess. I don't know, a snake. I don't know, probably something that wouldn't be able to feel it. So, like, maybe like a whale. But then I wouldn't feel it, so it just wouldn't work.
No, I wouldn't get any joy out of it if it was a whale. So what's the point?
Oh, this is awful.
Yeah, let's move on then.
I've had an unnecessary set of questions.
Funny though, funny. They're getting clipped for TikTok, I'll tell you that.
Oh, Jesus. Well, we're getting banned on TikTok, pretty sure.
Oh well. There's been some worse shit on there.
Yeah, true.
From us.
Yeah, that's true. Like that one abortion joke I made.
Oh yeah. Funny though.
Which I won't repeat.
Funny.
No, we actually deleted it out of the episode.
I didn't in the end. It's still there.
Did you? It's still there.
Yep.
Oh god. Right. Anyway, I don't know how to move on to, like, I got some serious topics to bring up, so I don't really know how to, after having the animal sex questions thrown at me, how to move on to the other stuff. So this stuff's actually pretty interesting, to be fair.
Okay, all right, that was smooth. Right.
Okay, have you heard of NFTs?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so what an NFT is it's like it's a piece of digital art, and it's only one person can own it, because the way the fucking system works, it's to do with like Bitcoin and blockchain, all that shit. So
right.
In essence, if you own an NFT, no one else can have that NFT, because that's how it works, right?
Yeah.
I don't know the intricacies. I'm not a crypto maniac. But they've been taken off this week and they've been selling like shit. So everybody's been buying and selling NFTs, these like digital art pieces. They're like literal, like little pieces of art just on your screen.
But who does them? Who makes them?
Artists. There's loads of artists
okay.
that just make these things, and then they sell them. And then they sell them to someone, and then someone might want to keep it. And then, like real art, in the same kind of way how people buy art and then sell it for like double the price a few years later.
Yeah.
Except this time they haven't got to wait a few years later, because it's popping off now.
Ooh.
So they're buying it, flipping it a couple of weeks later for crazy profits. So this one art piece, right? He sold. This guy called, I think. Let me check his name. His name was something ridiculous. But he's like a NFT artist, right?
Yeah.
And I fucking got rid of.
So is it artists who are buying and selling, or is it just anyone?
It's guys who love crypto. Usually, it's like the crypto maniacs.
Oh, so it's not like the weird art kid in school who were like claimed that they were fucking Roy Lichtenstein just because they drew one picture once.
What, as in who's making it or who's buying it?
Both. Like the people, I imagine the people who are like into this sort of crypto, are the type who are like, you know, the proper pretentious, like wears mum jeans or dungarees with their hair in pigtails and fucking shit like that.
It's actually more the weird coder guys. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Well, I say weird coder guys. Those guys are gonna fucking run the world in a few years. So
they already are.
we better get used to them. But so it's those guys who are deep in the crypto world and are obsessed with crypto. It's not like the indie kids. It's more like your Musk fanboys.
Okay. So it's a different demographic than people who would actually go to like an art show.
Yes. Which makes this interesting because there was a piece of art that was sold and the bloke was called Beeple. That's it. It was called Beeple. He's like some user on Twitter. I don't know. And it fucking works, doesn't it? No, he sold it for $69 million.
Nice, 69.
In the last 2 hours of bidding, I went from $14 million up to $69 million.
Fuck my life.
That, I think it made him like one of the top 5 richest artists alive.
That's insane. And like,
it's crazy.
The artists then, do they have any credibility? Like, because the whole pull of like going to an art or auction thing is that it's an artist that people know.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, they definitely keep the reputation. And if you actually check out his I've only seen his shit on Twitter, but Beeple, Beeple, if you check his artwork, it's actually dope. It's absolutely bananas. It looks like a hallucination of someone who's on like way too much LSD.
Okay.
You know those weird like Facebook videos that you get where like Winnie the Pooh starts like merging into different shapes and looking all weird and they do it with Shrek and stuff? It's like that kind of art.
I see one here with Buzz Lightyear's got a pair of tits and people are drinking stuff out of it or something.
Yeah, like stuff like that.
There's Donald Trump like shagging the White House. Oh my god, these are mad. These are fucking crazy.
But it's interesting art, isn't it? Like it's surprisingly good.
It is.
Like that to me like, is like incredible work.
Yeah, is it 3D
what I mean?
models or is it? I don't really get what's going on. They're fucking cool. Yeah, they look like 3D models, but I don't think they are.
So I don't know how to. But this guy was just making this stuff, and yeah, one of his things got $69 million.
At least they're more interesting than like normal art. I've never ever, and I don't think I ever will, understand normal art. Like why people pay so much money for a painting that I like. It's sounds really like fucking ignorant or whatever, but like it does look like it's been done by accident, you know. Like a lot.
You talk about modern art.
Yeah, like when you go to an art museum, and it's like that.
The tape.
Yeah, it's like that. Just looks like it was an accident.
Oh mate, yeah, I know. I completely agree. It's like the banana skin is sold for like $20,000 or some shit.
Yeah, and there was a canvas when I went that just had a big slash in it, like a big cut.
Yeah,
and that was like on display, and the artist was like, there's a quote under it. The artist was basically just saying, "Oh, it took me months and months to figure out the correct angle of the slash and like what it represents and everything." I'm like, bullshit, you just couldn't think of what to fucking draw or paint and then you just threw something at it or punched it.
You know it's not good art when you're relying on the credibility of their intention.
Yeah, and you see these people standing in front of it like, yes, I really see what the artist was going for on this piece.
It's such crap, isn't it? It's such crap. Like,
looks like a dog sat in paint and just fucking wiped his ass all over the page. Like, literally. It's not that good.
Like, if your dog took a shit on the floor, you wouldn't be like,
Oh. Excellent placement.
If we analyze this from the dog's perspective,
I see you stole my sweet corn.
This is actually an adventure of the highest degree, concealed in this disgusting manner, which really adds a kind of strange dimension to it.
And
you wouldn't.
The 4 dimensions of it, you can even smell the piece here. It's truly magnificent. It's Ollie Ball here.
Imagine just like mine that bit out of your floor and just keep the dog shit. Keep the dog shit in it. Just take it to the Tate Modern and just write a nice little poem about it underneath. And people are like, what?
Whoa.
Bro.
It just doesn't make any sense.
Bro, this dog shit isn't just any dog shit.
This is Chihuahua.
It's in the perfect placement. It's in the perfect placement, the perfect time, and the perfect smell. And because it says so in the description below.
And it was only there because 2 guys pelted the fuck out of a chihuahua and it left the shit behind. The chihuahua flew 20 feet, by the way.
That I'd pay for. I'd pay for that, to be fair. If that was in Tate Modern, fair enough. This is a chihuahua that flew 20 meters in the air and its shit is on a canvas.
As long as there was a video of it as well.
You'd need a really long canvas for that.
Yeah. But like, I just don't... I understand good art. Like, I fucking do... I dabble in art, like in cartoons.
I do understand good art. I get it.
Yeah, like actual good drawings and paintings and stuff. I think, fuck me, that's incredible. But I just don't get the colours on the canvas. That doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, no, I get what you mean. But it's interesting because it was Picasso who he was like known for his it wasn't abstract work, but there's like a name for it. Fuck, that's some weird artsy long wordy term where. Like all their the faces he'd paint were all like in strange proportions and stuff, and like just messed up wrong. And that was at the end of his career. So at the start of his career, he was actually painting like the sort of thing that you and I'd appreciate, like
definitely,
you know what I mean, like just
like realistic shit.
Yeah, like exactly. Everything's in proportion. Like it looks like it could be like a photograph, kind of, but sick.
Yeah, exactly.
He described it. As you know, it took me like 10 years to learn how to paint really well, but it took me it took me 10 years to learn how to paint like an adult, but it took me a lifetime to learn how to paint like a child, which was like, that was just like the biggest brain fuck to me, to be honest.
That doesn't make sense to me at all. Like his early stuff, I thought, wow, yeah, that's cool. But like looking at some of his stuff now, this is going to get me so much fucking hate from the art community, but I don't give a shit. Fuck you all. I feel like people who like art just feel like they have to like this sort of art.
Mate, it's another status signaling thing, isn't it? It's another one of those things where it's like, yeah, I've got this and I know this. Like, I'm different. What does it say about me? Like,
yeah, it's like film people. They feel like there's certain films they have to say they like.
Oh yeah, literally. Like Pulp Fiction. Everyone who liked Pulp Fiction?
Exactly.
Why does everyone say, I don't get it? Pulp Fiction wasn't good. I'm going to say it now. Like, it sucked. It fucking sucked.
This actually brings me on to something I want to talk about.
Right.
Good films that, like, forget all of the film nerd bullshit. I don't want to hear anything about, oh my god, it's got excellent cinematography. Oh my god, like the director.
Okay, hold up. Like Grand Budapest Hotel.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that like, there's not good ones like that. Like The Dark Knight is an incredible film for more than just the fact that it's a cool superhero film. But I want to give us two now to brainstorm or just come up with a couple of films that are fucking good films just because they're fun or good films without like the nerdy shit. Like, what film can you just stick on and go, fuck yeah, I love this film?
Any Adam Sandler film.
Yes! Yes.
Bro, that guy's brilliant, man.
He is.
His jokes are always, even the unfunny ones are funny. Like,
yeah, they're entertaining, even if they're not funny. Like, it's still like, that old man fell over. Cool.
Yeah, exactly. Even though they're just dumb as hell. It's like the most basic shit.
And like, Marvel films, right? They're not technically incredible like films, but I love how everyone's just accepted that they are really good films without even mentioning all the cinematography and stuff. Really, everyone just goes, "They're fun."
Good, though,
yeah, they're just fun films.
They are just seeing like them beat up, like John Wick, man. John Wick's a good example.
Yeah,
like John Wick. I feel like everything in John Wick isn't good, but I still love it. Like, there's nothing I can really point out in John Wick that I'd look at and be like, oh no, that was actually really dope. Because it's just him killing for an entire film. He just kills people for like 2 hours straight.
but it's
And
entertaining.
just that as a concept is just incredible.
Yeah, it's a cool thing to watch. And like, what else we got? I'm looking around my room like I'm gonna get inspiration. Yeah. All I've got is a Harry Potter poster. Even though Harry Potter films are good, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Just feel certain. Oh, that awkward moment with Zac Efron.
I haven't seen that.
One of the best films I think I've ever seen in my life.
Really?
I
I
fucking
looked like
love
such
it.
a chick flick, and I was like, I'm not sure if I want to go near this.
It's so good. It makes you really want to live with your mates or like live in a
really?
city with your mates. Yeah, it's such a good film. And it's like,
good man.
again, that's not something that like a fucking media studies student would be like, yeah, it's very excellent.
Yeah, it's just underrated. I think it was oh, who's that actor who does the
Oh, Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, he talked about this at that was a great. Well done for that. But yeah, so in his book he talks about it, and he was like talk about how during film school, like his fellow classmates would shit on like popular films, and he'd be like, you guys don't even like films for what they are, you just like them because they seem indie and that makes you look interesting, and it's like,
yeah,
there's this belief that you like sketchy old films.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you like films for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, it makes it absolutely dope when you get someone who does actually like have an interest in a particular type and like certain things. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
like, and genuinely believes it, because there's so many people that just do it for the clout. Like,
exactly. Yeah, and like the whole point of a film is for entertainment, to provide some form of entertainment.
Yeah.
Even if it's a bad film, like you didn't waste your time because you still got entertained by how bad it is half the time.
Mate, yeah, but like, I remember
Except
like,
Blade Runner 2040 fucking
oh,
7 or
mate,
whatever.
I was thinking exactly. I was just about to bring that up. That Blade Runner film can just die.
That is exactly the type of film where people go, oh my god, it's so good because of blah blah fucking blah, and like, no, it was boring. It was boring. You can't tell me you enjoyed the plot of that film. It's boring.
It's like Gravity, bro. Gravity was one of the worst films I've ever seen. It was like this thing. I swear, this thing like won like numerous awards, and I was just watching this like, this is a piece of shit. Like,
yeah,
it sucks. It sucks, man.
I've
I've sat there and watched them like be in a spacecraft. Like, all he's done is go from one end, almost die from the lack of oxygen, and then survive in an hour of film.
It's so funny. Like the amount of films that people just hold on such a pedestal that just aren't, or that, like, I don't like Jaws. Okay, that's going to be controversial because I get that Jaws was really cool at the time.
Yeah,
but like,
quite scary back in the day.
Fuck me, it's boring. Yeah, it is a bit spooky when they get going, like the last section of the film.
Yeah,
when they're actually on the boat fighting the shark, that bit is cool. But I couldn't tell you a single character's name other than the fucking shark. Jaws, by the way.
Cheers for that, Chief.
And like, I just couldn't tell you anything that happens other than the fact that there is a shark attack.
I know what you mean. Especially with old films, though. I think the graphics often let them down. Like, I get that a bit with Star Wars. It's like,
yeah,
the old Star Wars I just can't watch just because it's just trash.
I struggle with Star Wars so much. I like the prequels, the ones that came out when we were kids. They were quite good.
I still haven't seen
but
them,
everyone hates them. But like, just because a film is old, it's the same with music. Just because music is old doesn't make it good.
Yeah.
Apart from Back to the Future,
Thanks.
that's fucking good. Back to the Future holds up today as a really good film.
Oh, I still need to see that shit.
It's so good. But yeah, like old music, just because the Beatles were old and what they did for the music industry doesn't make their songs very good now. You know, there's better songs out there.
It is true. I remember doing a whole episode on the Beatles. Well, not a whole episode, but we named it after the Beatles, didn't we?
Yeah, we slammed them.
Yeah. Like, they were good for their time, but it's like athletes, man. Like,
yeah, that's
people
true.
get really attached to old athletes, but yeah, they were pioneers for their sport, and it's quite impressive. But like, compared to the athletes these days, they get wrecked. They get absolutely wrecked. Like, I'd like to see Muhammad Ali come against Tyson Fury. I'd like to see that. I think he'd get killed. I think he'd get killed. Yeah, I think he would.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know much about athletes, but like, I know the sort of thing you're saying. Like, just because they were good at their time doesn't make them good now.
Mate, the technology's better, the training's better, everything's improved as it should.
Yeah.
Because that's what we do.
That's what we do. We adapt. We overcome. we fuck the system up. You know what I mean?
It's like with football. You watch old footballing clips. Like, I don't know if you heard of Pele. He's like a famous footballer.
Nah.
He's like he's like supposedly the best footballer ever. Is what people know him as. But like, you watch the clips of him, and he's up against absolute like trash. And then you look at Messi. He's up against a different breed of defender. They're quick. They're quicker. They're stronger. They're bigger. They've been trained better.
That's something about
still smashing it.
Yeah, and that's like the whole standard has improved now from what it was when that Pele bloke was like good. And it's the same, right? I found this like with Fortnite, right?
Right.
That game seemed, every casual player still seemed to be fucking incredible at that game. And I think it was because the amount of people streaming it and the amount of videos on it, and like it took over the world. So the whole standard increased because everyone was watching good people and learnt tips and stuff. Whereas like old COD, not many people were fucking streaming that at the time. So people got good without, and like no one could see how they were doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like you learn so much better when you're watching someone who's better do it.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense, man. That makes sense. Everyone was so sick of Fortnite. It was impossible to play with anyone because they just smash you up.
Yeah, it ruined the game eventually because it was just everyone got too good, and I'm not fucking good at games.
And it sucks when you try to play.
Yeah, it's like me trying to play you at FIFA. I'm not very good at FIFA.
Yeah, that's unfair because I've been playing for like 16 years, 17, more than that.
Yeah,
I should be legendary at this point, realistically. The fact that I'm not a god is really it doesn't reflect well on me. Let's put it that way. Have you heard about this Cameron stuff? This David Cameron shit?
No, I don't know anything about David Cameron still.
He was the Prime Minister for a while.
Okay.
And while he was Prime Minister, he was given work to one of his buddies, and he was just supplying their shit, right?
Yeah. I say okay like I didn't know he was our Prime Minister. I did know that, by the way. Just before I get shouted at by like Alex or something, I know he was our Prime Minister.
Alex, he definitely didn't. But no, so when he was Prime Minister, he had his little buddy that he was just giving a load of work to sort out some loans from other countries. Basically some government shit where they give out money to people. And he was using like one of his friends' companies essentially to put money into. So that was who the government were paying. Basically doing a little buddy deal.
Okay.
You could argue it was immoral, but it's not illegal. So as soon as all the referendum stuff happened and he left, he then went and became the financial advisor for this company.
Right.
The company that he was lobbying.
David Cameron? Or the other guy?
Yeah. David Cameron. David Cameron. He went and became the financial advisor for that company.
Okay.
Right. And then he went and tried to talk to his like mates in the cabinet. Like I think it was Rishi Sunak, who's like fucking in charge of all the cash. This is a layman term. But,
man had bare peas.
Yeah, basically he's the money man. There's a name for it. Fuck knows what it is. But and he was like, "Yo, bro, can you start helping me out? I'm in charge of this company now. Well, I'm financial advisor for this company, and I want you to start giving all of us the work," because he had loads of shares in it, even though the company was like financially on the ropes, and it's like the financial structure of it was like ropey.
Right.
And so he's just been found out for all this stuff, trying to get his pals to essentially put money in his pocket for his own like good.
Ooh.
And so now, you know that crazy, I think it's like Watchdog. I think it's Watchdog that's after him now, and it's all kicking off, man.
What, like the TV show?
Yeah. I don't know. Actually, it might not be the TV show. But that is an episode I'd watch for a start.
Yeah. Definitely.
Can you imagine, like, dodgy contractors, David Cameron? These contractors don't have certificate. He's stealing the taxpayers' money.
David Cameron, local MP, been fucking people over for their money.
If you see this man, do not buy from him.
Do not approach. If you look like a pig, he will fuck you.
Oh, but David.
Oh, David. Davey do.
Yeah, so he's absolutely he's having a bit of a mare at the moment.
Why can't people who have like have power like just not be shitty people? Is it not
they
like
love it? They love it, bro.
surely it's
like
easy?
It's just might as well. This is greed, though, isn't it? Like you might as well just like line your own pockets a bit more. When like I can imagine when you start getting money, that you want a bit more. And I reckon that's probably what goes on. Like,
do you think that's the case with everyone, or do you think like some people get money and they go like, "Fuck yeah, I've got money," and then they just appreciate it? Or do you think everyone in the back of their mind a bit like, "Oh yeah, give me some more of that"?
I think they still want more. I think like if you look at like Kevin Hart, like he's got enough money, bro, but he's still out there like buying houses, making companies. Like, not necessarily because he's a greedy person, but just because I don't know, it's good for him and his family.
Yeah, he's probably setting up his kids. But then, like, do you want kids who don't work for themselves?
That's true.
Kids could
have
a well boring life then.
I don't know. You know what happens to all the like posh rich kids? They just end up like not getting any attention from their parents, and that's just massive stereotype.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a question in itself. Like, how much should you give your kids? Like,
yeah, exactly. To make them happy. Would you rather be the only happy human on the planet and everyone else miserable, or you be miserable, like the only miserable one, and everyone else be really happy?
That's nuts. That's I'd rather be. Mate, that's rough.
That's a shit question, isn't it? It's horrible.
That's a rough question. If it's like in I think is one of the Nordic countries where they've got really high suicide rates despite the country's happiness being like really high.
Really?
Yeah, so like the whole country, everyone's in the country, like their level of happiness is higher than most countries. They're like one of the top tiers for being happy, but there's loads of suicides because can you imagine being unhappy in a really happy
surrounded
country?
by happy people? That'd be so long, wouldn't it?
Right, I'd be dead.
That'd be shit, actually.
And then you'd be dead. It's like,
yeah. But then if you were the only happy one and everyone else was miserable, surely the norm of happiness would be lower. So like you'd still think that everyone was like a decent level of happy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like for everyone else, there would be no happy. So
that's it. It's like saying, would you rather be happy all the time or sad all the time?
Or happy all the time. That's quite an easy answer, I think.
Yeah, but you get sick of being happy all the time.
I don't know. I reckon I'm happy 90% of the time.
90%, that's strong.
Yeah.
that's good fucking work, mate.
Unless I die on the new Spider-Man game and then I fucking get unhappy.
Or Mario. You're an absolute nightmare on Mario.
Oh, God, yeah. I got mad at that.
If anyone wants to watch an emotional breakdown, watch the Mario clips.
Yeah,
it's painful viewing, but it's funny.
I went nuts. Started fucking ranting about cling film or some shit, didn't I?
I'm surprised you didn't kill me or break the telly, to be honest. Jeez, I was expecting some sort of rampage. I thought you'd at least smash up a guitar.
Oh, I would never do that. Actually, I've got a couple in the loft that don't really need to be there, so I could smash them up.
A couple of spare guitars, you know.
I smashed a ukulele up once on my mate's arse. We were at a pre-drinks and we all got a bit rowdy. And I had this ukulele that I only bought because in like 2013, there was a bunch of YouTubers who were playing the ukulele and I thought I was a ukulele kid. Turns out my size hands can't play a fucking ukulele, I swear to you.
Oh, I bet, man. Those big old sausage fingers.
Yeah, so I moved on to guitars, but I had this bright red ukulele that we decided to break at a pre-drink, so my mate bent over and I just went like full on fucking whack baseball bat swing like and smashed it on his ass and it broke. I still got
to play a nice tune.
It went
oh, gorgeous, man.
Yeah.
Amazing if you start playing Wonderwall.
Wonderwall's actually quite difficult to play, you know. Right.
Should we wrap things up?
It looks like it. This has flown by today, mate. This has
been
absolutely shot by.
It's been an absolute terror.
Yeah, we smashed it today, lad.
Took the handbrake off.
Yeah, and by the way, everyone, this is our last Thursday episode.
Oh, yeah. Yes, it is. This is it for the Thursday episodes.
This is our last Thursday episode.
At the end of an era. Not because... we did explain the last episode, didn't we?
No, we didn't.
Did explain.
We decided not to.
Oh, did we not? Did we not?
No, we went... We'll tell you nearer to the time.
Okay, so... I think it's time for an announcement.
Oh, let's make an announcement.
Okay, so... in recent weeks, Clark and I have decided that making one podcast a week makes more sense because on a Wednesday we're going to do like some little video, some entertaining shit basically. We've got a couple of fun ideas in the works, and we're just going to make something that's an entertaining and a bit different, something a bit different.
Yeah, rather than just listen to us two talk, there will be another element to it. You still get to listen to us two talk once a week, but there's another video once a week where there's something else going on.
Yeah, which will change from week to week.
Yeah.
And like,
yeah,
it should be funny.
Do the same thing every week.
Some of them will be funny, some of them probably won't be.
Yeah, so we've got one lined up for next week.
Bit of a sneak preview about our big man BJ.
Yeah, it's quite entertaining, really, I think.
Yeah, I reckon so, mate. I reckon so.
Yeah, it's quite good.
Yeah, so just
they're going to be shorter videos as well. They're like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
This one's actually 9 minutes, but what can you do?
Roughly 10 minutes. What can you do? That's absolutely disgusting from you, though, has to be said.
So, questions? I almost said the music round. Oh my god, that was a fucking throwback.
Jesus. You're going to make me cry if you start with that shit. Alright, okay. Do you want to be David Cameron or the watchdog investigator?
I'll be David Cameron.
All right.
Yeah, mate, yeah.
All right, Dave. So what exactly happened with this green seal stuff?
Can't you tell?
Can't I tell what?
Can't you tell what happened with this green seal stuff?
What exactly happened with this green seal stuff?
Can't you tell it was something about money?
Is it possible for you to explain a bit more, Dave?
Why do you need more explanation?
Do you see that I'm an investigator, David?
Can you see that I'm physically uncomfortable?
Is that a pig that you're riding?
Oh, do you want to go?
What's her name?
Your mum.
Where is the taxpayers' money?
I had a mind blank. I forgot what he did wrong. I was like, shit. Because I was like, I can't be the watchdog person because I don't know what to ask. So I'll be David Cameron and try and deflect it, but then you were persistent.
We got home in on it. No point in doing the scene if we don't bring up what the scene was about.
Good point.
Thank you for listening, everyone. Hashtag Get Lost on Air on Twitter, on Instagram, on anything, on any platform. We'll find it one day, possibly. Probably not, though. Thank you for listening, and have a good fucking week.
Oh.
And have a nice Easter weekend. It's Easter weekend now, isn't it? You know, Friday to Monday off. Get the eggs in.
Fucking party.
And get lost.
Get Lost on Air. Welcome to Get Lost. Get Lost on Air.